we hit 1,000 followers.
You told me that yesterday.
No, we were at like 900 and something. Oh my god, I totally clipped the mic, but like, oh my god. Okay, well, literally like live reaction. We hit 1,001 followers. I was like looking through the comments to see if there's anything I could respond to.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh my god. Okay, well, I guess this is how we're starting.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, 1 second.
We're not recording?
No, we're recording. I just never muted not the.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
I'm a professional podcaster, guys.
You guys.
You're so loud.
I know.
Oh my God, why are you so loud today?
I'm never this loud.
Okay.
So now I'm loud? Usually you're like encouraging me to speak up, so I am. I'm excited. That's why.
Okay, that's why.
When I like simmer down again, I'll be like this level.
That's when I turn it back up.
Welcome back to another episode of the Cousin
Connection
Podcast. You guys, we are in such a good mood, or I'm in such a good mood. I feel like you are now too.
Yeah. I'm so bad at reactions.
Yeah, clearly I was like screaming 2 seconds ago because
so I was like, I clicked the mic again. Okay, go ahead.
Oh my god! And okay, lots of good news. So we, as you guys know, we've transitioned to video podcast on YouTube.
Oh, 1 second.
Back to our regular scheduled programming. So as I was saying, as we were like setting up and just starting the recording, we check our socials every now and then. And as you guys know, we have transitioned into YouTube. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just checking the camera.
You're like,
I was just practicing my light skin poses. You know?
Oh my god. And so we are so excited. We finally hit 1,000 followers on Instagram. We also just hit 313 subscribers on YouTube, which is like huge for us. It's a big deal, honestly, because I still remember the first day we recorded the first podcast and we were like, we're probably gonna have 2 listens from literally each other.
Yeah.
So this is so great. I know maybe it sounds redundant at this point, but we truly do appreciate all of your support. We also just got on TikTok.
Oh yeah, make sure you follow us on TTikTok too. We're on like almost all of them. We're trying to expand out here.
If we get a lot of followers on TikTok, I'll force Amir to do TikTok dances with me.
I don't know about the dances.
We're gonna become TikTokers.
I might do the voiceovers of anything.
No. We're doing the dances. Okay. If y'all want to see the dances,
I've only done one TikTok dance, and that was
you
only.
Have?
Remember Juicy? What do we call they didn't even know.
Yeah.
The punches just to roll with.
I like butchered that one too, but I remember that.
You remember that, right? We did it in like
the
mini golf course.
The glow in the dark one. Gizman came to visit and she was like, guys, let's do a TikTok, and we're like, all right. It was
and that was when that song was like, that was so big that everyone knew the dance without even like having to practice or anything. We just knew it.
I didn't.
You didn't know it?
I was like facing the wrong way, I'm pretty sure.
Were you not into TikTok yet?
I think it was like after that I got into TikTok.
Remember when I first discovered TikTok, and I was telling everyone, I was like, guys, there's this thing called TikTok.
Amir, you used to send me videos and it would be the link, right?
Yeah,
and
I would literally send you guys a link of the TikTok.
Annoyed because every time I click it would open up a new thing on my like Safari, and I'd be like, why does he keep sending me these videos? I don't want to watch them. And then I caved in, and now I send him videos like literally every day.
Yeah, I'm always on the up and up on the new things, okay?
Don't be that guy.
That's what keeps you young out here.
Don't be that guy.
Even though last week I said I'm feeling old. Yeah, I take that all back. I changed my mind now. I'm not feeling old, okay?
Okay, Ray J.
You're
like, I did it first.
You know what it was? It's because I was so, like, I was injured that week. And just my whole body was just so broken. I was like,
were you contemplating like your life? You're just like,
yeah. I was like, is this how it's gonna be now? Like, and now I'm feeling fine. So I'm like, I was just tripping. I don't know what's going on. So I'm fine now.
He's back to his youthful self.
Exactly.
I'm sure anyone who knows you and listened to that episode was like, Amir, feel old? Oh, if he feels old, we must be old. But yeah, I mean, just to kind of oops, sorry.
Oh, what did you just do? She deleted the page.
I did not delete it. Look at all these. Okay.
We should have literally just one like message saying, "Hey,
just hey."
Oh, they say congrats on 1K followers.
This was 2
Shout
hours
out to
ago.
Mariam.
Mariam Habib. Thank you.
Thank you. _.
Yeah.
So y'all know.
Mariam Habib _.
Yeah, we
so
can't
much.
forget the underscores, just like your name.
It's very that being said, we're gonna get into our episode this week. We are now on episode 26. I can't believe we're almost at 30 episodes. Like we're killing it, Amir.
We're getting there, man.
We're doing amazing.
Yeah, once we hit the 1 year like time, what do they call it? The 1 year mark?
Yeah.
I feel like that's when it's like solidified. Like you guys are here for the long term kind of thing. Because apparently a lot of podcasts like they'll kind of die out around the 20 to 30 range. So like people will just stop. So if we make it past that, even say if it past 30, then I feel like it's kind of cemented that this is going to be like a long term thing.
I mean, think about it. We record on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
That means this is the most I've ever seen you in my entire life.
I know. Actually, no, there was like an earlier part of our life where we would see each other literally every week.
I would spend the summers here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, like...
But like as time progressed and you got busier, we got busier, all that kind of stuff, you start to see people less,
I think just coming out of quarantine.
Yeah.
There was like a maybe 4-month window where we didn't see each other.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you alive? I pulled up
a
to
lot
his
of people
driveway.
were asking me that because of my whole really bad keeping up with people thing.
But now it's forced. So he forcibly hangs out with me. But are we going to do a break after our 30th episode or are we just going to keep going?
Let's just keep going.
You just want to keep going?
Yeah.
You don't want them to miss us a little?
Maybe like a 1 week thing.
A 1 week?
Hey, I'm telling you right now, the internet is all about consistency.
You're right about
anything you do, if you are consistent with it and people like expect it and they see every week, then you the moment you start dropping off, that's when you start losing them.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is very true. And you know what we are on this channel? We are consistent.
Exactly.
That is what the C in the Cousin Connection stands
for. Never missed a week. Not once. We never missed a week.
We never missed a week. We've been on top of our game. That being said, Amir has some great topics for us this week.
Yeah.
We kind of just did I did a little bit of a sneak peek. Usually we like to do we surprise each other.
Yeah. So I did mention a couple of things to her already, but yeah. So I guess we should just get started. So the first thing kind of stems off of the fact that how last week I was saying I'm feeling old or whatever, and then the week before that I was saying I just turned 29. Getting close to that big 3-0, and my question that I was really thinking is just in general, I was like, is it time for me to move out? It's like,
that's a good question.
At what point does it just become it just becomes weird to kind of stay in the house? At what age exactly? Especially as a man. I feel like as maybe I don't know, this is misogynistic to say, but as a woman, I feel like it's a little harder to move out. But then again, I can't say that because I have a sister who literally moved out.
I think you got to look at the context.
Yeah.
Do cultural and religious norms
that's
play an aspect in why you're staying at home?
Yeah.
You know? That being said, I think that our generation, the millennials, even what's the one after us? Gen Y or Gen Z? What are they?
We talked about this last week.
I know. What are they?
Gen Z.
They are?
Yeah.
I thought they were Gen Y. No, Gen Y is the one before us.
No, Gen
What's
Y.
Gen X?
Gen X is the one before us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the 40-year-olds.
Yeah. And or 30, 40s. Yeah.
Okay.
And Gen Z is the newest generation. Well, not the newest generation.
No, Gen X you mean.
Gen Z is the one that is
2000s
like 1990. I think the chart that I pulled up last week is 1996 to 2008 or something like that.
Oh.
And then Gen Y is 2008 to now, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the generations after us and even ours and the one before, I remember learning this in all of my business classes in university. They would say that because, and this was oh my God, I'm so embarrassed to say this. This is 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
10 years ago when I was in school. Oh my God, we were in school 10 years ago?
I haven't think if you think about it, even if I go back 10 years, I wasn't even in high school. That was past high school. I was in finishing university.
Oh.
Or not finishing, but mid-university.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm really embarrassed to admit that. But anyways, it is what it is. We're just going to accept it.
Yeah.
They were saying at that time, the cost to live on your own, apartments, condos, houses, was expensive and rising then. 10 years later, sheesh, unless you're a millionaire.
Literally. I was talking to someone the other day and they mentioned that they literally had to like pool their money with someone else to buy a house because they didn't want to go too far to the city, so they wanted to get a place in Scarborough. It was like 1.5 million for a
In
house
Scarborough?
here. Yeah.
Scarborough?
Yep, exactly.
Imagine buying a house for $1 million in Scarborough.
Because of competition, like it maybe went up for like 900, but just there's so many people bidding for it.
Oh, they listed it for 900 and they bought it for...
No, I'm not saying that's what they listed it for. I forgot to ask what it was actually listed for.
Oh, okay.
But it was definitely bought for over asking.
Wow. See, but that's the thing, like, because it's so expensive now, whether we like it or not, we're kind of forced to stay. But if you really think about it, we don't have to pay rent. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know about the rest of y'all, but like our parents are pretty laid back in terms of like we have the freedom to do what we want essentially. Yeah. For the most part.
And that's definitely like because that's definitely a big part of it now. And actually the stats are saying that a lot of people are staying, which eases my mind a lot more. Like for me earlier I was like, why am I still here? I could move out. I've had friends who moved out even younger than me. So in my mind I was like, I have the ability to move out, why not just do it? But then at the same time you have to remember that the cost of living is going up in the city, the cost of bills is going up in the city. Like we literally have the most expensive rent in the country. One of the most expensive rent, I think like second to Vancouver or something. Damn. But we also have the most expensive car insurance in the world. And we also have the most expensive phone bills in the world.
Like for what?
Yeah. So
first of all, Toronto drivers, I feel like we're great. We're a little aggressive, yes. But
well, actually, Brampton has, did you see that post? Brampton has the number one, what do you call it? Car insurance rate in the whole world.
As in like they're really good?
No, as in like number one, as in the most expensive. Sorry.
I mean, it's Brampton.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it just shows you that like we really have to be set up. In the world, really hold on. Well, like I just took in what
you said.
Yeah, in the world.
Brampton?
Yeah.
I mean, like it makes sense, but like, damn, in the whole world.
Yeah, like those when we say like the Brampton traffic and drivers are the worst, we're not. It's not hyperbole or hyperbole. Hyperbole.
You got it.
It's not hyperbole. Like it's actually true. It's so bad over there. But yeah, it's just such an expensive city to live in. And like you can technically move out. Actually, no. Even if you move out an hour, 2 hours outside the city, it's still expensive, right? And it's all because of like the lack of supply, really.
Factor in even if you were to move to the GTA, like the outskirts of Toronto. You're now suffering either by like paying for more gas because you're driving more.
Exactly.
Or if you're going to commute with public transportation, like it sucks.
And gas prices are going up as well.
Oh my God, I just filled up gas for $80.
See?
$80. I was like...
Remember when like it got really good like 2 years ago or maybe...
It was the beginning of like...
It was the beginning of COVID, I think, right? Yeah, where it was like 80 cents.
Yeah, I was like, wow, are we in the 90s?
Exactly. It reminded me of the 90s because I remember seeing... prices in the 90s of like 60 to 70 to 80 cents, that kind of thing. And it has started increasing. Yep. And I've never seen it this much. Like I've seen it around the 130s. I think a couple, even before COVID in like a summer, there was one summer where it was really bad. It was like the high 30s. But now it's like 40s. Easily in the 40s.
It was $1.45.
Yeah. And it doesn't seem to like it's going any lower. It just keeps getting higher every day. I
saw like there have been a lot of I guess noise around this idea of like supply shortage.
Well, it's manufactured supply shortage. There's enough gas or oil out there. Yeah. But some countries and some places and some companies are hoarding it and holding it and driving the prices up.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
But even like in terms of just like regular products, like I don't know if you saw those TikToks about the cargo ships on the coast of like California and stuff.
No, I didn't.
Where there's like it's literally like a traffic jam for cargo ships. So normally like the cargo ships will import stuff whether it's from Mexico or otherwhere from around the world to like I guess the ports in California. And because there aren't enough people that are unloading the trucks and putting the ships and putting it in the trucks and taking it, they literally wait on the water.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's a big part of it. They say the supply chain right now, because of COVID, is like completely messed up. Yeah. That's why everything is becoming more expensive. It's harder to get a lot of things, especially in electronics. Like electronics is a big part of it where like right now I've been trying to like build a computer with a certain component for the longest time. I haven't been able to even find the part at close to what it's sold for 2 years, something like that, since COVID started, basically.
I think because the fact that a lot of people were either laid off or couldn't work for the last like year and a half to 2 years, low-key, they're like, what's the point of literally working ourselves for the rest of our lives for what? And
that's actually a big thing that's in America right now. A lot of workers are going on strike.
Yeah,
because they realize that they're valuable now, right? Like there's a lack of people who want to go to work, but there's an abundance of jobs available.
Can you imagine? Like 3 or 4 years ago, there was such a job shortage. Like no one could get a job. You're like fighting for scraps. Now there's like, oh, well, come work for us. But it's a lot of these like high labor types of jobs that people don't want to do for, for very obvious reasons. But, everyone has their own reason for why. But at the end of the day, what really matters is I hope companies realize like how important job satisfaction and work-life balance is for everyone. Yeah, and it actually, I was watching this streamer called Hassan Abi, and he was reacting to a woman who owns a business. I think it's like a jewelry making business, and the way that she has it set up is like the ideal for any worker, right? So essentially, how it works is that the money that comes in, everybody that works there, including her, gets a base salary. And like not a base salary, they get a base pay for the day. Everybody gets a day rate, part-time or full-time. Okay. And they get, I think, like $250 a day. And the full-time workers only have to work 4 days a week. And the part-time workers work like 2 or 3 days a week. Okay. And when you calculate it, they all make around $70,200 a year. All of them? Yeah. All of them work that make that. Well, the full-time workers, sorry. Oh, okay. Of course, the part-times, because they're working less, they're going to make a little less. Right. Versus someone who maybe works full-time, like 5 days a week, and gets the minimum wage in her state, which is I think like $14.25, would be making $23,000 a year, or $23,000 to $25,000 a year. And damn, because what's this company? I know, right? Like, I should have probably noted down the name, but at the same time, so let's say they have some excess money at the end of the year. People are like, oh, so you probably just take the excess money at the end of the year from what you make. She's like, so it costs us about $300,000, no, $250,000, no, $300,000 a year, sorry, to pay us all our workers on our payroll. And we are left over with $200,000. Instead of just pocketing it, she reinvested in the company. And she also found that she has enough money to buy all her workers new cars. Yeah, and for people who didn't want to put the company name up here, is it a Canadian company? I gotta find it. It's not a Canadian company, I believe. It's American. I mean, hey, work visa. But like at the same time, if the people didn't want a new car, like they liked the car they had, she was willing to pay off whatever payments they had left on it. And if you didn't have a car and currently wasn't looking to get a car, she said that the option was still available to them in the future if they wanted to get one. Yeah. So I'm just gonna dust off my resume. Like, no, I'm just kidding. That's like someone who truly cares about their employees, wow, and like amazing. Realizes that it takes more than just one person to run the business, and shares the wealth essentially. Of course, that's maybe to a lot of people that may seem extreme, but if she's able to make a proper living with the money she gives herself and everyone else at the same time, then why not, right? If you are in. And when you look at it, for a company, their biggest asset are the employees. Yeah. Literally, because they are the ones that, whether you're in a manufacturing where they're producing the product, or they're coming up with the concepts and ideas, or the marketing, or whatever the case is. Yeah. Without those people, you don't have anything. Exactly. Like, yeah, consumers are a big part of it as well. But if you don't have the person to like push out the product or the strategy to advertise the product, you got nothing. Yeah, and there's a certain skill that it may seem like a job, like, oh, they teach them how to do it and anyone can do it. But when you have people who have experience, that's when they become valuable, right? Because you don't have to worry about them as much. There's less risk of them getting injured on doing the job because they know they've been doing it for so long. Right. And a good example is the 10,000 workers who went on strike at the John Deere factory. I forget, it's somewhere in Middle America. And like the company, they wanted to go to negotiations, right? Because they're a union. Right. So they're like, okay, let's negotiate. And I think John Deere was trying to hold out and be like, nah, we don't want to
give you guys certain raises or whatever, even though John Deere that same year increased profits by 60%.
I'm sorry, what type of company is John?
John Deere is they manufacture like high grade farming equipment and landscaping equipment.
Okay, gotcha.
And so when they were starting these negotiations, they also pointed out that the fact that the CEO got a 160% increase in pay.
160%?
Yeah, raise. 160% raise.
Wow.
So they're like, you're giving out all these raises, you're making 60% more, but we're not seeing any increase. They actually cut their wages to the workers there.
No.
So they're like, no, we're going on strike. So you know what John Deere did?
What?
They're like, okay, we're going to take all our engineers, like the people in the higher office positions, and they did like a 1-day training with them so they can go and do the jobs of those workers.
No way. I would have quit so fast if I was an engineer.
Yeah, and of course, on the first day that this opened, at like 7 a.m., the moment they opened, there was already an injury in the plant.
Yeah,
because these people were not trained for the job.
Been like workplace companies.
Yeah. Honestly, that's right what they could have done, because they're like, you didn't train us properly. You know, OSHA, I think they have something called OSHA there, where it's basically like their workplace health and safety.
Yeah. They have. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have that. And they had to like get them quickly certified just to be able to get them onto the floor and start working, making these high grade equipment, which you really don't want to mess that stuff up because it's millions of dollars of equipment.
Exactly.
And you're having someone who's literally been trained for 1 day to work on this and put it together.
That's like, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Like, how are you training someone for 1 day to operate heavy machinery?
They're desperate, man. But it shows you how a lot of these companies have the ability to pay their workers better, give them fair wages, but they just don't because of profits. And they have like, of course, they have to make their shareholders happy, and like if even if it comes at the cost of the health of their workers, they will do it if it means that they're going to make more money, which makes their shareholders more happy. Same thing's happening with like Amazon and all these other companies too. So yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I feel like workers being exploited it's not a new problem. Yeah, this has been going on for years, and you know, I remember learning about it when I was in like high school, and you know, they teach you about like child labor, and they're like, oh, did you know this T-shirt that you made was made by a kid who got paid 6 cents? And you're like I can't even grasp that thought. Exactly.
And that's why a lot of people don't do anything about it, because they can't even imagine it. So it makes it harder for them to sympathize with it because they don't see it. So like, how can I sympathize with something like I don't see happening in front of me? A lot of people, if they don't see it happening in front of them, if it's not happening to them or someone they know, they have no way to relate to it. So they just kind of don't know what to do and just kind of leave it as is. Some people have that drive to just do what's best for everyone, but you know, people are just trying to live their day to day, and sometimes don't have enough time to worry about
you can't save the world.
Yeah, some kid in a third world country who's making a shirt for 6 cents an hour.
I mean, there are those people who have that they're like, that's crazy, but like conscious consuming, I think it is.
Yeah, a lot more people are being
like,
more
which we did. Like we did cover this in a previous episode called the cost of excess. So check it out.
Exactly.
It's going to be listed somewhere up here. But what I was going to say was, you know, on the other hand of all of this, the reason why they exploit workers, and I'm not saying this is right in any way, but you know, the cheaper that it is to get the labor done, and the fact that it's possible means the more money in their pockets. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, and everybody wants their stuff to be cheaper. Even us, if you could get something for cheaper, you will do it. You will go and buy it. You won't even have a second thought about where this came from, whether it was ethically sourced or not. Because if you think about it, if they hire people at a livable wage wherever in the world that they're doing this, and they pay them more than just 6 cents, let's say they pay everyone $10, it now costs them more to get the labor done, which means they're probably going to have to make up for it by making the product more expensive to make more of a return, to make more money. Yeah, which is like capitalism. Yeah, capitalism, unfortunately, it has its positives and it has a lot of negatives. Yeah. And we've definitely seen that just get worse over time, especially in the past like 10, 20 years. But the example that you gave with the company, that's more of a, is that egalitarian or utilitarian? Where it's like everyone's kind of equal-ish. Oh, that's, it's like more of socialist. Egalitarian? No.
It's a very socialist
We
idea.
have this laptop here for a reason.
Pull out the laptop.
Let's search it up.
You'll be our Jamie today.
Who's
you don't
that?
know that. If anyone watches Joe Rogan, you know who Jamie is.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, egalitarian. Relating to or believing in the principle that all people are equal and deserve equal rights and opportunities.
I don't think that. I think it's socialist. It's a socialist idea of like the workplace, or like a setup for the workplace, where it's kind of almost like a democratic setup to how the business is run. So like everyone has a voice in how the business is run, not only the boss, but like the workers as well.
Well, it says here,
which sounds crazy, but honestly, if you do it properly, it really does work. Like we've seen here.
It says it's a system of production where goods and services are produced directly for use, in contrast to capitalist economic system where I feel like we're in school, where goods
and services are produced to generate profit and therefore indirectly for use. Yeah. Well, you don't understand what that means? Yeah. The face you gave me is like, what does that mean?
No, I'm trying to relate that to see if that's what the example of the company that you were talking about. It's like, cause the fact that she's literally being equal to everyone. Giving
here, I think you want to look for a socialist economy.
I did.
And the first line is North Korea.
Oh, really? They're a socialist economy?
Probably, yeah, but I don't think they're really. Let's see, economic. You know what?
This is too much.
Maybe
work.
I'll pull it up and like put it up behind us or something.
We're not in university, okay? This isn't what's it called? Tutorial?
Tutorial?
Yeah.
Is that what you call it?
Isn't that what it's called? Tutorial.
On what?
Like when you have a class in university, like a big class with like 100 people.
Is that what they call it?
The
tutorial?
Smaller class is called a tutorial.
No. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, I forgot. It's literally been so long. I forgot what the name of it was.
For a second, I was like, isn't it called tutorial?
Oh, actually, no. Oh, sorry, I'm keep hitting you. It's called a lab. Oh, because I was in engineering, so in engineering we call it a lab.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Every other thing, it's called a tutorial.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like honestly, I hope you can remember the name of that company because I want to look it up now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the video and see exactly who put that up. But
okay,
and I'll send you the video so you can actually see exactly how she breaks it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems awesome, especially
that's cool
that someone's actually done it and showed that it works.
And you mentioned like we skipped by this. They work 4 days a week, the full time.
Yeah, the full times work 4 days a week and still make $70,000 a year.
Wow. Do they work like longer days? Probably, right? Like 10
no,
10
they
hours?
probably work normal days.
Wow. Because it on one hand it reminds you of like Google, for example. I'm sure you guys have all seen their videos online about their company culture, and they pretty much give you everything you could possibly need so that you don't have to leave work.
Yeah,
but
because they want maximum output from you. They want if they could get 24/7 output, or even let's say 27 output out of you, so you get like 4 hours of sleep a day, then they will try and give you as much resources to be able to do that.
Like it's a good thing and a bad thing. Like you're basically just being.
That's why a lot of times they'll just throw money to it, right? So if people are complaining about this, like just give them like $100,000 more. Like they're literally making from the start like $200,000 a year, but they own you.
Yeah, they literally own your life. Like your life is strictly meant for producing for this company.
Yeah.
That can't be me.
Here, should we get back to so I think the original question was like, is it time to move out? And we got all the way to here.
We did.
But that's how podcasts work, so it's all good.
Yeah.
But what I did want to get to was, so I am living at the house and I still haven't moved out. So what can you do while you're still living at home with your parents to at least prepare you for more of an independent life, if that makes sense?
I feel like what you do now, I mean, because I know what your day-to-day is, but like what you do now is a pretty good start for living independently in terms of you buy your own groceries, you have your own car, so you worry about your own gas,
and that's something like you know how they always say, at least in our community, they say like the guys are always babied by the moms and stuff, no matter what age they are. Like I know plenty of guys who like still don't cook, you know, they probably still don't do their own laundry, those kind of things. So I think even those basic things are things you should start to drive and say, I'm doing this myself.
Yeah.
So even like I started this from an early age. I thought I was going to be out of the house early, but
did you?
Here I am. Well, because I started working early.
Yeah, you did. You kind of.
I started working at
start.
like 15 or 14.
Yeah.
I was working a part-time job, and there was at one point where I literally had 2 jobs. When I was working at the company I work for now and the grocery store at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
And the moment I like graduated, high school. I think maybe 1 year after that, I was cooking for myself every day.
But that's because you were also meal prepping, right?
Yeah, I was meal prepping. So that was a big part of me learning how to become more independent was getting into working out and just like having that, that gym mentality. Discipline. Exactly, really disciplined me to be able to learn how to cook for myself, take care of myself, like do your own laundry. I never had to ask for anything. That was a big part of it is having your own money, so you never have to ask for anything.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes it helps, like if you want to, if you're living in a house, you feel like you're not doing anything, maybe start paying a couple bills. That makes you more of a tenant here and there. I've heard of people who'd be like, yeah, sometimes I'll even pay my parents like rent, quote unquote rent sometimes, to at least build a little bit of that like independence or feeling of independence while you're still living in the house.
And some sort of like responsibility. Yeah,
and have some responsibilities in the house. Because you don't want to call them roommates, but like you want to almost feel like you're turning it more into like a roommate situation.
But see, like the difference.
But it's hard for your parents to kind of make that same change in their mind as well.
The difference is like, you see how you're able to cook for yourself?
Yeah.
And it's just for you?
Yeah.
If I tried that?
Well, that's the thing is it wasn't easy. Like at first when I started, I made this a very slow transition. Like at first I was making one meal by myself and then I would eat whatever was at home. And then eventually I'll be like, okay, you just make one part of the meal. So like maybe my mom would like cook the meat. And then at one point I was like, okay, I literally like talked to her. I was like, I'm going to start just making all my meals now. And she was hesitant at first, but then like I kind of just, I just started doing it and made it a point that I'm not going to come back and start eating your food again. I'm not like,
that's so sad.
There's one point where like I didn't eat my mom's cooking for so long. And
didn't you miss it? You have access to it.
No, because like at this point I'm on such a strict diet, or not strict diet, but like I've been cooking for myself for so long that I don't even think about like what goes on in the other kitchen. Because in our house, thankfully, we have like 2 levels where there's a kitchen upstairs and downstairs. So I've kind of claimed the upstairs kitchen for myself at this point. Yeah, and I almost never know what's in the fridge downstairs because the fridge upstairs is what like I use. Exclusively whatever I use. Like, of course, they'll use it for a couple things here and there. Yeah. But that's exclusively where I keep all my food and I prepare everything. But I'm privileged. I have to remind you that I'm privileged to have this option.
I'm proud of you for acknowledging the privilege. Yeah. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I've said a few things in a past podcast where I didn't mention the fact that I understand that I am privileged in a lot of these situations. Yeah. To have that option, to be able to do that.
He's a Harari boy. Like, exactly. That's literally your privilege.
Yeah.
I'm laughing now because I can just imagine what the comments are going to be regarding this specific topic.
But do you think that would really prepare me for... Because really the only option at this point is like if I were to get married, I would be going straight from one house to another house living with someone. Do you think that someone could be properly prepared to live with another person after not living by themselves for a long period of time?
I think
for some period of time.
I think it's definitely a big adjustment, especially because you're not living with roommates. You're living with your parents who legit have known you your entire life. They know the parts of you that when you're moving in with someone for the first time, that person won't know. So it's going to be an adjustment. Yeah. And right now it's easy to live here because like they get you, you get them. Everyone just does their own thing, right? Yeah. But when you move in with someone, you can't be cooking for yourself, and then your wife is going to look at you like, what about me? And you're going to be like, oh, shoot, I got to feed you too. Yeah. So I think you're on the right track, though, because what you're doing is you have that independence in the sense that you're not letting yourself be babied. Because if you're being babied at home and then you move out and you have a wife, your wife isn't your mom. Yeah. So she's not going to tend to you like your mom does. She'll do things out of love, of course. She'll cook for you, whatever your relationship situation is, okay? I'm not going to set the standard for you. But if you expect that from her, that's when the problems come from.
Yeah, and I think it really takes you to be, you really have to be self-aware of this, right? And make those changes your mind, be like, okay, so if I were to like live with another person,
Yeah.
what would I not, what's being done for me now that wouldn't be done for me if I was living with another person, right? Like whether it comes to cooking, and that's what that's at least how I kind of broke it down. I'm like, I'm not going to have someone cooking for me out there. I'm not going to expect someone to cook for me. So I should be able to learn how to cook for myself. I'm not going to expect someone to like do the laundry for me.
Yeah.
So I got to learn how to do those things myself, right? Prepare yourself at least, even if you're not going to move out.
Prepare yourself for a partner who doesn't care for you.
No,
like help you
prepare
out.
yourself so that like nothing surprises you in that sense, or like where you don't feel like you're unprepared.
Okay, yeah. I mean, cooking, doing your laundry, cleaning in general, those are all life skills that I think we all should have, regardless of whether you're a guy or a girl. But I also like the point that you brought up about, either paying some bills or like splitting rent or anything like that, or paying your parents' rent. I've joked around about it with my parents. And then when I thought about it, I'm like, I'm not paying you guys rent. Like, I'll pay for other things, but not rent. We have our financial situations agreed upon, but to each their own. Like if you're able to help out your parents in any way, do it. You know what I mean? Because if you're living rent free, it's the least you can do.
One thing, kind of some financial advice to give to anyone who is still living with their parents but has the ability to move out, and you're just not moving out maybe because you're waiting to get married. Just culturally, some people like that, like I myself are like that. You should still act like you are paying rent. I feel like this is a great way to at least save money and not have to think about it. Act like maybe you're paying rent. Like let's say find out what the rent rate is in like your place.
$2,000.
Yeah, and then save that every month. At least like act like you're paying rent, but you're really paying yourself like dividends for the future, being like, okay, I'm going to put this here, maybe put it in an investment account. So by the time you actually do move out, you'll have like a good maybe 2-3 years of
that's smart.
I don't have to think about where I'm living money.
That's very very good advice. Like I'm low-key gonna do that when I get home.
I'm telling you right now. Like I think about these things a lot, especially at least in the financial side, because a lot of those things were like more of just your day-to-day activities. But when I'm thinking like financially, like we have the privilege to be able to stay in a house where we're not paying rent, but why not act like you are paying a lot of these bills that you would be? Like think about the amount of money you're saving on rent, the utilities, if you don't have to buy a car yet, the car insurance. I take all of those payments that I would normally be paying if I was living by myself and put those into a savings account. So, and that like accrues a lot over every month, and like maybe invest it in a couple of things. So by the time I actually do move out, I'll have like a good nest egg to work with, and it gives you a lot more options, especially for where you want to go next.
When you put it like that, it just makes me realize like adulting is really the ghetto. Like my friend, Amina, how are you? I know you're watching this. She posted this on her story where this girl was singing like, adulting is literally so ghetto. It is. Like, we're being held hostage. We got to pay for everything.
Because like we're not properly prepared for it, really.
You're just thrown into it.
Yeah, you're kind of thrown into it. Like school doesn't prepare you for it. Unless you ask the right questions. Your parents don't really prepare you for it.
Honestly, I really commend them. Like, I don't know how the heck they figured that out. Like, they literally left their countries.
Yeah.
Their home like I can't even imagine doing that as a 18-year-old wandering off into another country and then just figuring life out. Like I would have been homeless.
Yeah, but life was so different back then. There's no internet.
It was.
There's no real like TV. Well, there was TV, but like you had time on your hands.
Oh, they had time
so
to
why
work.
not just run out of the country?
But do you think like would you want to move out, or are you actually just gonna wait? Like, what's your personal preference?
At this point, I'm like, I'm just gonna wait until I get married. But like, I did joke about this a lot to other people. I'd be like, if I hit like 30, still in a house, like, like at that point, like you're not supposed to feel bad, but I'll be like, I shouldn't be here anymore, man.
I literally. I remember being like early 20s telling my parents like, if I'm not married by 30, I'm getting my own condo in downtown Toronto. And now I'm like, I hope, I hope I don't do that, because that is so expensive. And I just feel like I don't want to be stressed about bills and stuff until I absolutely have to.
Yeah,
so
that was my biggest regret, because I had an opportunity like 6-7 years ago.
I remember that,
to like get a condo. I was like, nah, man, I'm just gonna, because this is before I actually like was really financially literate, so I didn't realize the potential that I really had.
It's all good. It happens.
I know, but you know, you can't really regret the past. It wasn't meant for me, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to kind of bundle that all up, I feel like it is okay if you are living in the house with your parents, no matter. I guess I can say no matter what age you are. You know,
yeah, don't shame. Don't be an ageist.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be ageist. Okay.
Even if you're 45, it's okay.
But if you do have the intention to move out, at least make those changes, so it's a lot more easier. The transition's a lot more easier in the future, and also think about it in all aspects, not only physically and like what skills you can learn to move out. Think about it mentally, like mentally prepare yourself for that, and also think about it financially. Think about how much you're saving now and what you can do to prepare yourself to have more options when you do actually move out.
Exactly.
Okay, so the next thing I had to bring up was so I think we had like a little gathering last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? It was last week. Last week, and we were just talking about like, you know, movies and TV shows, and one of the shows that I came up, so I was actually watching a show recently called Reservation Dogs, which is, I was mentioning it to them, it's basically an all-native show where it basically follows like a group of kids in a native reservation. I think it's a reservation, or maybe it's just a little town with I think it's a reservation actually. But it follows a group of kids as they're kind of just, they have this goal of going to California. It's just following them as they're, you know, trying to do different things to gather money to be able to make that trip. But really you find that it's just a story about like family, friends, loss, and just all the things that people deal with on the day to day. And I found myself in like, especially in the latest 2 episodes, like by the end of it, I'll be tearing up just from the pure emotion. Like, just hats off to like the actors in this show, especially the kids. Like these are kids in the movie. They're acting like crazy good. And I found myself tearing up for this. And I'm not generally a emotional person. At least I don't show emotion a lot. But I actually tear up maybe once or twice on the daily, either from TikToks or from a TV show that I'm watching. Like, you know those feel good TikToks that you're watching, or like the really sad, like I will tear up not tear up where to the point I've had like actual tears coming out, but like, you know, your eyes start to well up a bit. So I do have emotion, people. I'm not a robot, okay? But it did make me think about like, what are the TV shows and movies that have like really hit you emotionally and made you cry?
Oh, I cry for everything. Okay, so side note, remember how last week I didn't watch Squid Game? I made it a mission. I finished the entire season this week.
This literally today.
Today, this morning before I got here. I finished
we can talk about it at the end. We'll talk about that at the end for a spoiler.
But there was a scene. And it broke my heart. Like,
Which
I'm just
one?
thinking, you know, when they woke up everyone in the room when they were sleeping. Yeah. And the old man peed himself.
Yeah.
And then
wait, that made you cry?
It didn't make me cry, but it like definitely my eyes watered.
Oh, really?
But there was another scene in the when was it? I can't remember. Anyway, Squid Game. I cried at one. Oh, when the old man died.
Really?
Yeah, I cried. I was.
But he was like evil.
Not in the end, yeah, but not in the beginning.
Wait, so those are spoilers. But he didn't. Oh, I see.
In the game, the marble game.
Okay, we'll talk about that at the end then. Okay.
But aside from that, have you ever seen I Am Sam with Sean Penn?
Yo, I literally wrote that down here.
But like when we watched it, we were literally children.
I know.
So I don't know how we
that
were so.
That movie still to this day has like.
I want to watch it again.
I don't want to watch that movie again because of how emotionally hard it hit me.
That one. Like I was bawling I
don't think that movie would even be able to be made this day, because if you think about it, it was like an able-bodied actor playing a disabled man.
You think he'd get canceled?
You know how people overreact these days, honestly.
But I think he did such a great job. Like,
yeah, he did a great job. I wouldn't cancel, but I feel like the internet would just like to overreact for it. You didn't think he was acting? He thought he actually was like that?
So when I saw him in another movie, I was like, wait.
What was his name again?
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn, exactly. Yeah. And Dakota Fanning. Kid actors, she was so good in that movie. But that movie really hit me hard. Like just the acting. You know which scene it was that really hit me?
Which one?
The Starbucks scene when he's working at the Starbucks and he starts messing up. Oh my god!
I remember that.
And he starts getting overwhelmed and like
yeah,
it was his first day, man. He was just getting trained, or it wasn't his first day. He was
like so excited.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Like that really hit me. And the part where like they start taking away his kid.
Yes, I remember.
God.
And he was like screaming her name.
Yeah.
Oh my god! You know what you need to watch then?
Yeah.
It's like the Turkish version. It's on Netflix. It's called Miracle in Cell Number 7.
Yeah.
Amir, you have to watch.
I think I've seen that on Netflix.
I remember when I was in LA in October,
Yeah.
I made your mom and Gizman watch it with me.
Yeah.
And then I remember your dad called us, so I texted it to him. I'm like, you need to watch this movie right now.
Yeah.
And so he watched it. He's like, oh my god. He was like, why didn't you tell me it was sad? I was sitting here crying. But it was like, you have to watch it if you haven't.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
No, I never watched it. I just saw it like the
It's added to your
preview
list.
thing on there.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Oh, this movie.
It's always funny walking downstairs and seeing your parents like tearing up.
you know what it was? That's how I discovered it though. Because
really?
I remember like
was your dad watching it?
Both of them.
Okay,
so they were
yeah.
watching it, right?
Yeah.
And like anyone who knows our parents, specifically our moms, they're very animated when they watch shows.
Super animated.
And they like yell at the characters as if they could hear them. So like I heard my mom yelling, so I'm like, who is she yelling at? Like, what did my dad do now? You know? So I'm coming downstairs and they're like really into this show where I'm like, oh, what movie is that? Ignored me. I was like, hey guys, what movie is that? And they literally were like, some baby now. Which means like, shut up, like stop talking. So I was like, dang, like, so I kind of just stood there and I was like, let me scope it up.
Yeah, it's so weird coming into a really emotional moment when you don't have any context of what's going on.
So I'm like, oh, what movie? Then my dad, like, he was so upset. He paused the thing. He's like, look at the title and go. So I was like, all right, my bad, I interrupted a cry session.
Yeah.
So he's like, watch it later, like after we finish
Yeah.
it. Don't start now because you're gonna have too many questions. So I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch it with them. They watched it. They were like crying, and then I remember like I think the week after I went to Hanan's house.
Yeah.
And it was me, Hanan, and her mom, and I was like, oh, my parents were talking about this movie. Let's watch it together. So we watched it and we were in tears. And I didn't realize how sad it was. And then I watched it again with your mom and Gizman.
Yeah.
So yeah, like if you guys need, if you
what was the name of that again?
Miracle in Cell Number 7.
Okay, maybe because I don't.
Please,
I'll get to it, but I really don't like feeling those things. Okay?
It's like kind of similar to the Turkish version of I Am Sam.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
There was another movie.
Which one?
That really made me emotional. I told you about this sort of. Okay, so there's an animated movie called A Grave of Fireflies, and you really shouldn't put you off the fact that it's animated because you can really convey emotion, and it really did convey emotion through the movie. But essentially, it just follows two kids, like a brother and a younger sister, in the middle of World War II, because in Japan. So these kids are in Japan, like in the rice fields. They're just regular civilians, and it really shows you, like, it really showcases the toll of war and like how bad it can be for just the regular civilians in the day-to-day, right? Like people who are truly affected by war.
Yeah,
it really showcases it very well. And I don't know if it's because like I have a younger sister, maybe that dynamic, just like I could really connect to the characters.
Not you imagining you and Gizman in World War II.
Exactly. But I was really like, you're just following this and you're just seeing how like the war can really just break down society. Like people who, it shows you how family can treat you differently because of lack of resources. It just really gets to you in that movie. By the end of it, Gizman, okay, so this is how it was. I was finishing the movie, and Gizman, she came in later, like literally in the last 10, 15 minutes, and she was sitting on the couch in front of me. Gizman's my sister. And it started getting like really hard for me to like hold it in. Like I was starting to tear up, and I knew it was bad when like the tears started falling.
Oh my God.
And then like, when you start to like get choked up, like you feel like your throat starts to hold up. That started happening. And then when the moment happens in the movie, and you'll know if you ever watch this movie, I literally like screamed. Not screamed, but like I like started like
You
not
started
screaming.
wailing.
I started like wailing,
Oh my
and
God.
I held it. Like I wailed for a second. I held it because Gizmo was there. I don't know if she noticed yet. So yeah. So what I did to try and play it off, I got up. I went to the dishes that I still had left over and started washing the dishes. I turned the water on full blast and just started sobbing.
Oh my God. Mid-movie?
As I'm washing the dishes. Sorry, as I'm washing the dishes, I'm like, like crying the dishes. And then Gizmo looks at me, she's like, what the hell are you doing? And then I look back and she sees my whole face just red and
my God.
tears just dripping down my face. And I was like, you know what? It's already like, she already saw what's happening. I ran to the couch and like dove into like all dramatic like and started crying into the pillow.
I can actually picture you doing that.
And then as I'm like, you know, when you're trying to explain something but you're crying hard, so you're like, it's like I was doing that to Gizmo, trying to explain to her why I was so.
She was probably like,
she was giving me the most like, what the hell's wrong with this boy? Because it was just so emotional. I was trying to explain to her like, this, you know, the girl like she's malnourished and like, and I was like crying the whole time. But that was literally the hardest I've ever cried for anything since I was maybe a baby. I cried like a baby, literally.
now I want to watch that one.
I'm telling you, even though that's why I feel like people should really try new things, because don't let animation put you off. Like I've showed you animated movies, like no matter what the form of entertainment is, like what form it takes, whether it's hand-drawn, animated, or like live action, if it's a really good story and it's put together really well, it doesn't matter. It still can really make you feel those same emotions I would feel whether it was live action or animated.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, but that movie really, really affected me to the point where like I actively try to avoid watching emotional shows that I know will get like me to cry. That's why I still haven't watched When They See Us, because
I'm judging you for that one.
Yo, when I heard what it was about, because I already knew the story of the guys. I didn't know about like they were making a show on it, because I think Vice did a documentary on one of the guys.
Oh.
And that's how I knew about the guys. So I was like, nah, man, I can't watch this, especially hearing like the what happened to them and how young they were and like how society reacted to them being put in jail. I was like, nah, I don't have the emotional fortitude to be able to watch this without completely breaking down.
Did I cry? I'm pretty sure I cried when I watched it, but the acting was so well done.
Yeah.
Like I remember like searching this up on YouTube where they have like a clip of the movie and then like the real life interview of the actual boys, and like the way that the actors studied this, Jarrell Jerome, I think his name is, he killed it. Like there's this one scene that they like, he was doing an interview in a classroom and it was just like so perfectly done. I was so shook at how great their acting was. He literally became.
Oh, so they like
guy.
really studied.
Yeah, because a lot of it was like on
it was
TV,
all recorded.
right?
Yeah,
so they really studied it.
Yeah, and
like
especially if like people who were there and saw it happening, like maybe they would be able to tell like, oh, that's not really how they acted. That's not really look that.
Well, the men are all alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so like they could also coach them through like, this is what I was going through, or whatever. But
it can give them the context of like the emotions they were feeling when these things were happening.
I think you should watch it. Like, don't hold out. I really think it's okay. Honestly, just wait till it's like gloomy one day, and watch it on like a Friday.
Oh no, I hate watching movies when like
I love
an emotional
that.
state.
I love it.
I can actually be like very, even though I'm a very like positive, happy person, I can be affected emotionally very quickly. But I just hold it in. You know, you keep it tight. You know, I think that's that toxic masculinity right there, being like, hold those emotions. Don't let them see you. Don't let them see you vulnerable.
Don't let them in. Don't let them see. No, but that sucks. Like if I feel some type, like I've watched things that made me feel like empty, because you get so, especially if it's like a TV show, or if it's like a really good movie where you get drawn in and you kind of forget that you're watching a TV show, and maybe like your favorite character dies or whatever, this like you connect to the storyline. It really gets to you. Like Grey's Anatomy did that to me.
I don't know, man. I've never gotten to Grey's Anatomy. I feel like every time I hear about Grey's Anatomy, or at least when I hear about a certain storyline going on, I'm like, That does not sound interesting. That just sounds like soap opera stuff. Because it is a soap opera at this point.
It's a drama. Okay? It's not a soap opera.
You think about it. Like, you know when our moms were watching Young and the Restless? You're that girl now. You're that person.
Listen, okay, I used
but
to
Grey's
watch...
Anatomy is your show.
I used to watch The Young and the Restless. Like,
you did not watch The Young and the Restless.
Yeah, I did.
Really?
With my mom. And when I was in,
like, yeah, it
when
would
I
be
was
like
in
playing in the house.
Ethiopia,
Yeah,
like they didn't have any, like during the day, they didn't have anything else playing. So it was the only thing in English.
They're playing in Young and the Restless in Ethiopia?
Yeah, there was like a good 2-hour window where they would play Fresh Prince, Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful.
Oh, Bold and the Beautiful too. Yeah.
That was my show.
I swear, didn't they have like crossovers for those shows too at one point?
They had to.
I'm pretty sure they had crossovers.
But
like Marvel Universe before Marvel Universe.
Literally though, but
yeah.
I just Grey's Anatomy. It's not a soap opera, okay? It's a drama.
Okay.
It's a hospital drama. But like
tomato. I'm just saying.
They have like 17 seasons or so. So obviously, like you kind of you get into the storyline and all that. So it was pretty.
I feel like so many seasons now. Like
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen the last like 3 or 4 seasons.
What are you talking about?
But I'm still a fan.
But then again, I'm notorious for watching shows and just not finishing them. Like I'll watch a show, I'll be satisfied with what I saw and be like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I did the same thing for I mentioned last time.
I can't believe you did that. Arturul.
There
you go.
Yeah. And like I was watching like some anime shows where I watched like
the first season. His story was
season.
great. Like you should have finished that.
I'll read the synopsis. What? I'll read the history books.
It's not the same.
I'll read the history books.
I mean, yeah, okay, it's probably more accurate than the show. But
yeah.
What other what other movies made you cry?
So, you know what really hit me? No, actually, this is dumb. This is a nerdy thing.
Let me see. Let me hear.
No.
No, it's okay. Don't be shy.
You know, Avengers Endgame. I'm telling you right now, it not something that made me cry.
It's when
but like, no. Did you just spoil that for all the people who haven't seen it?
Who hasn't seen it except for me? Like, who literally hasn't seen it? I'm the only person that hasn't seen it.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, you can bleep that part out.
Okay.
Bleep it out. My bad. I'm sorry.
I'll probably still give you this.
No, bleep it.
Okay, but what I was getting at is like, so there's a moment in that last fight scene where I think Steve Rogers or Captain America, he like gets. Oh, this is so nerdy, man.
Is Steve Rogers Captain
America? Yeah, that's his name.
Guys, don't worry. I've started the Marvel movies. Ask Amir.
I've been making her watch the Marvel movies.
I've seen 2 so far. Okay.
2 out of like the 24, 20 some that are out there.
It ain't gonna happen overnight.
Yeah, we'll get one by one every week. But there was that one moment where like everybody's beaten down and you see Thor's hammer just come out of nowhere and then someone grabs it and you think it's Thor, but then it's Captain America. And okay, just to give you some context, Thor's hammer can only be picked up by those who are worthy, and the only person who's technically worthy is Thor. So he's been the only person to be able to pick up the hammer.
Is it a magical hammer?
Yeah, it's a magical hammer.
Oh, okay.
But the fact that Captain America was able to recall the hammer and bring it to him and use it, like actually use it, was a huge moment. Like huge in the Marvel universe and just Marvel in general. And my nerd side like exploded. I was in a movie theater. We literally all jumped up and started screaming.
Who's we? The whole theater?
No, yeah, the whole theater. Because I watched it on opening day with like the opening crowd.
Wait, okay. I have a lot of questions.
What?
Were you like cheering out of happiness because you're
like
proud
happiness?
Of him?
Yeah.
Are they all on the same team?
Yeah, of course we're all on the same team.
Okay, listen, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. My bad. I forget that you don't know the context.
Okay, so...
But, like, when that moment happened, like, I felt happy. I had, like, tears of joy. Guys, when I say I'm a nerd, okay? I didn't cry.
Yes, you did. You just said you had tears of joy.
I teared up, and I had, like, tears of joy. But I was like it's
because
like,
Captain America
you know when like all the
hammer.
hairs on your body, like, jump up at 1 second, like in one moment, and you just get so excited. Like that's what happened. Like it's just like you're buzzing when you got out of that movie. Like, you know when you are like talking about something but you talk about it super loud because you're just excited.
I literally know exactly what you're talking about because
that's how I am. That was me for like 5 hours after the movie.
That's how I feel after I watch like
what?
After I watch like Fast and Furious.
What? Oh yeah, when like everybody starts driving fast out of the parking lot, all you hear out of the like Fast and Furious parking lot or the movie theater is you hear cars going.
Like, chill out with your Honda Civic.
Sorry,
okay?
I just said that really loud into the mic.
I'm actually crying because there's like that is so true.
Yo, everybody thinks they're like dumb when
Oh
they
my
come out of that
God.
movie theater. Or one of the Fast and Furious team. They're on the team after that.
Yeah, then the next time like your friends piss you off, you'll be like, I'll do anything for family.
Yeah.
Not piss you off, but like,
For
you know,
family.
for family. You gotta say it in the deep voice. Oh my gosh, I actually just cried.
Oh my god. Yeah, but shoot, I forget what we were talking about now.
How you cried because Captain America picked up Thor's hammer.
Oh yeah. So that was a really emotional moment. No, because also is like it was emotional because like they brought everybody back. You know, you gotta watch it. Okay, when I make you watch them all, then you'll maybe feel the same way. Okay?
I think so too.
But also, I feel like you have to have like the context of like knowing the rules of like the hammer and Thor and Thor.
Does
and all
Thor
those
have his
things.
own movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
like 3.
Oh.
Yeah, and the last one was really good.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
like,
get
it
to
was
that
like
one.
it was like good, and that like the style was good. The comedy, it had really good comedy in it. Like really good acting. Well, acting, yes, acting is always gonna be good in a Marvel movie.
He's not the green one, right? Who's the big green guy?
You actually don't know?
Oh, Hulk. Hulk.
Sara?
My bad. No,
Like that's like even if you're don't know anything about.
I confuse. Is he also part of Marvel?
Yes.
Why would they have the same superhero that looks exactly the
What
same?
do you
just
mean they have
different
the
color?
same one?
Isn't Thor some grotesque big guy?
No, Thor is like the guy who Chris Hemsworth plays.
Oh, so who's
Yeah.
that big brown looking guy?
Who? Big brown looking guy.
Yeah.
There's no big brown.
Yes,
looking
there is.
guy.
I'll show you.
There's the big green guy who's the Hulk.
What do I search? Avengers cast?
Yeah. How do you?
I'll show you him. Well, not the real humans. I want like the
It makes
characters.
me realize like how like something can be so big and take up so much of your world, and how someone else can have like no context.
I
in
have
it and
no knowledge.
no idea.
Samuel L. Jackson is in this?
Yeah, you didn't know Samuel. Oh, sorry.
I had no idea. Listen, Amir, I
Yeah.
don't know anything about this at all. I know nothing. I'm so shocked.
I'm legit like shocked right now. The
Where's
fact
the
that you
big-
didn't know this.
How do you find the thing?
There's no big brown guy.
No, I swear I've seen. Oh, here it is. Infinity War.
Okay, maybe. Oh, you mean the purple guy, Thanos?
Oh,
He's the big bad guy.
So he's not on their team.
No,
That's who I was thinking Thor was.
nah. You should know
Oh.
who Thor is just from like Norse mythology altogether.
What?
You don't know what Norse mythology is?
What is that?
Like Thor and Loki and Hela and all.
I have no idea what that is.
You know, like the Scandinavians. You know, like the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
They believed in like Norse mythology.
Wait, like this is a real thing?
Yeah, like they believed in it. Like it was
Like
I
a
think
religion?
Yeah, it was almost like a religion to them. You didn't know about this?
No.
Damn, Sara.
Yo,
I gotta
did
get
not-
you some books. I gotta make you watch a little bit more here.
Oh,
But
he's in this too.
this really
Wow.
like this should really give you an idea of how something be so big and so you think is so well known around the world, but there are people who literally have no idea of what's going on.
Who's living under a rock? Me.
Literally, I
Wow.
feel like you, this is unique to you.
Wait,
I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research and ask a couple more people, but I feel like this might be unique to Sara.
they have a raccoon superhero too?
Well, his name is okay. Now I'm forgetting his name. Don't tell me. I remember his name. Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot. You made me forget for a second.
When did they have a rocket superhero?
In Guardians of the Galaxy, the one with Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana. The guy who plays the raccoon is who's that guy that was in the movie with Lady Gaga and they played like the country stars. Bradley Cooper. Exactly. He plays him. Yeah, and you know who plays talking about Fast and Furious? You know who plays Groot?
Oh, is this where that little root looking thing comes
Yeah,
from?
the Groot. Do you know who Groot is?
Who?
Who plays him?
Who?
Vin Diesel.
He plays a root?
Well, like his only lines in the whole series is "I am Groot."
That's
like,
it?
Literally, that's it. And he like mumbles sometimes. He goes like, or like he makes like old man sounds.
I'm...
You got Dave Bautista in there.
Who?
You watched Black Panther.
okay, didn't I tell you the story?
Oh yeah, but then Black Panther didn't have any of the other characters in it, right?
Yeah, and like, okay, fun fact. I don't know if I told this on the podcast before, but
what?
When Black Panther came out, I didn't see any promotion. Like, I saw people dressing up in like their African cultural clothing to go to the theater to watch it. So in my mind, because I'm pretty sure it was released in February, like Black History Month, I thought it was like a movie about the Black Panthers, like the political movement. So my ass went to the movie theater and I see like the Marvel symbol. So I'm like, Marvel? Why would they make this movie? Like, it's so weird.
I have no, Sara, this is so unique to you.
And then the movie like continues.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I look over at Nabato's with me. I'm like, yo, did you take us to a superhero movie? Like, what is this?
Did she at least know?
She knew. She's the one who bought the tickets.
Okay.
But I was like, but I really liked the movie. But I was just like, clearly, I am a prime example of someone who is living under a rock. Like, I was so shocked.
We have so much work to do. There's so much work to do.
Like, can you believe? I thought I was watching a movie about the Black Panthers.
That is like, you literally have to, like, there are posters that you walk by when you're going into it.
Right. Okay. Like, I might have seen it, but I didn't think that was Black Panther.
Oh, you didn't think that was Black Panther?
Yeah. Like, I just thought it was another one of those superhero movies, so I just overlooked it.
Did you not go on like Instagram and see all the posts about Black Panther ahead of time?
All I saw was people who dressed up in their clothing and they're like, Wakanda forever. So I thought that was a Black Panther thing. So I was like, whatever.
You're like, yeah, Wakanda was like their slogan.
I didn't know. I was like, maybe it's a different language. Like, I'm not sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
you thought it was one of those Hotep things? Where like,
what's that?
You don't know what a Hotep is? We're ending the podcast.
What the hell is a Hotep?
You don't know what a Hotep is?
No, actually though.
You don't know what a Hotep is?
No.
You know, it's like, you know, those dudes. How can I even say this?
Should I search it up?
Yeah, search up what a Hotep is.
Okay.
I'm just gonna end the podcast,
just
guys.
Like Hotep, so like that?
Hotep.
I legit wrote out like a Hotep. That's what I thought you said.
These kind of guys.
How the hell was I supposed to know that?
You don't know these kind of guys? Like, there's always jokes on the internet about these guys. They're like the black brothers who are like super woke, like they hate white people, or I don't know. This just do your research, okay?
Yeah, clearly I'm about to.
Yeah, guys. So I clearly have a lot of work to do with Sara here. So I'm just gonna end the podcast there. Remember, follow us on Instagram at Cousin Connection Pod.
Why do you sound so disappointed?
Because I didn't know that you literally were living under a rock. You are Patrick Star of the situation here. Sara.
I know who Patrick Star is. Okay. But like,
you scared me.
What does that have to do? He's the makeup guy or the bigger guy.
What?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about SpongeBob.
Is his name Patrick Star?
Yeah. He's a damn star.
Just shut it down. Actually, like, I'm legit. Shut it down.
Okay, guys. Listen to us on Cousin Connection Pod on Instagram, podcast on Instagram. Follow us. On YouTube.
My eyes are burning from the mascara.
Oh my God.
Ow.
Okay. Follow us on Instagram at Cousin Connection Pod. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Cousin Connection Podcast. You search it on there. We hit 300 plus, so make sure we're going for that 1,000. You can follow me at Amir was taken on Instagram. You can follow Sara at @Sara __. And yeah, that was something. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my God.